Yo, what is good, y'all? It's your boy Raph, and I'm back with another video, man. Now in today's video, we're gonna go in and react to the Season 8 patch notes. You know, I did hear some crazy things, some good things, some bad things, some mediocre things, you know what I'm saying? But this video was long, a little bit overdue. I do apologize for the late delay of the post of this video, man. But before we hop to it, man, if you guys are new, I would appreciate it greatly if you guys would drop a like, follow, subscribe. TikTok, YouTube, you guys have been killing it. I do greatly appreciate y'all's support. We're going to show some love to this video before we hop into it, man. But besides that, let's go on and hop into it. Hey. Alright, so hopping into the first thing, we got a FSS Hurricane Nerf. So taking a look at the Hurricane, this is my current build at the current moment if you guys want it. It'll probably not change going into actually we don't use full ammo. I've been sticking to FMJ. Now a lot of you guys are probably like wondering, Raph, why do you use FMJ and SMGs? I just like having consistent damage through walls and collateral damage, and sometimes having good penetration through phantom walls, basically invisible walls that sometimes decrease your damage. So I usually like rocking FMJ if I find myself using a weapon that only requires 4 attachments and the 5th is your choice. If you guys don't want it, I personally recommend putting it on this one, or this one. All 3 lasers are pretty nice. But anyways, back to the Nerf. The Hurricane seems like it got a sprint speed reduced from 6.41 to 6.26. So I believe it's my build. I'm at 6.61. It'll probably drop down to about 6.3, 6.35. I mean, mobility, nothing too crazy. The F-Tac Cold Forge 16-inch barrel. So yeah, it seems like CodMobile's doing the thing that they did with the SF-14, where they specifically will nerf whatever is the most used attachment, and everybody and every single buddy, I'm pretty sure, uses this barrel. I think maybe they're trying to like make people start using this barrel, which really doesn't have that many upsides. Seems pretty shit. So I like this nerf, I'm not gonna lie. Added a strafe nerf penalty. That's really all. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I said this once, and I think I'll say it one more time. The Hurricane does not really need that many nerfs. Yeah, you could look at the damage profile. It's kind of crazy, but I think we should do 2 things. Add a 0.9x multiplier to the legs. You should be penalized for shooting the legs. That's the first thing. The second thing, in my honest opinion, is you should actually have less aim assist. Kind of balance it out. I don't know why that's not a thing. I hope they do balance out the aim assist on the Hurricane. But my build going into next season will be the same thing. Next one on the list, we got the Hades, but it's specifically for only Battle Royale. We got a range profile reduced from 1632 to 1228. Damn. Hades, in my opinion, this is my build right here. This thing is really, really powerful. It's nice. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty solid, especially in that first range. It's really easy to 3-shot, in my experience. Second range, it's okay, and then third range, you know, it's an LMG. At long range, it's gonna do what it gotta do. This is my build though, probably not gonna change anything. If you guys don't want disable, I'd probably go for FMJ either, but either or build, this gun is pretty solid. I highly recommend you guys try out the Hades, try out this build, let me know what you guys think about it. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Next one on the list is the Lachmann 556 bullet impact increase from 1 to 1.2. Ooh, that's gonna hit you pretty darn hard, I'm not gonna lie. It goes from 1 to 0.6, so that means it's gonna be a 1.2 to about 0.8. To be honest, that's not bad considering Lachmann's a pretty slow shooting AR. Technically, no, this thing doesn't 3-shot as common and as easy as the Hades does, but they kind of operate the same, where you want to hit especially the chest area, and if you can, try to hit the arms, but don't hit those areas where it's 1x, which is the like the upper arms and the legs. Headshots are very strong on this weapon. If you guys want my build, here you go. But it seems it's getting 2 buffs, one for the regular gun and for the Lock 12 barrel. The bullet speed penalty reduced from -20 to -10. Okay. And you also get a +20 sprint to fire speed buff. So it seems like it's trying to like increase the mobility overall of the Lachmann. I'm not gonna lie, that's not too bad for the Lock 12. You're already at like a 1.5 milliseconds, so you're gonna be dropping to like 1.2. It should be. And the bullet velocity nerf should only be to like 910, 920 meters per second. Not gonna lie, not a bad buff for the Lachmann 556. Pretty solid. I mean, hey, here's the build if you guys want to try it out. We'll test all these out in the next season. Let's hop to the next one. Next one on the list, we got the chopper. Specifically, the heavy handle is getting a little tweak with the +15 strafe speed. And then the short barrel is getting a -25 sprint to fire delay. And not gonna lie, I mean, the chopper's okay. I personally think the Hades is like way better. I'm not gonna lie. Seems like you're gonna go to like, I think the 3 meter strafe speed. territory, and you're also just going to be a little bit more faster on sprint to fire, which, I mean, it seems to try to like increase the mobility and the handling of the chopper. Here's my build. It is opting. I'll probably end up changing it a lot as the season goes by and I try using this gun. But I mean, it's a cool buff. It's a warm welcome buff. I don't think it's that crazy of a buff for the gun, but And while we're on the topic of LMGs, the S36 gets 2 buffs as well. You know, this gun's actually not too bad. Before I get into the patch notes, I believe this gun literally just needs a handling. The same thing that they gave to this chopper in the 80s, I think this gun deserves. Just increase its mobility, and I think the S36 will actually slap. Because this gun's actually pretty good. It just has a lot of recoil, but the recoil is tameable, or can be tamed. The mobility sucks. But with that being said, okay, we got an ADS speed buff, okay, and a sprint to fire. Yeah, it seems like they're really hitting a lot of those guns with those 2 combos, those 2-hit combos, man. ADS speed, so it seems gonna be maybe like 410 with this build, 420, and the sprint to fire to 150, I believe. That's not too bad. I mean, for the S36, here's the build. Once again, this gun's not really bad. Like, if you guys want something that you can, like, if you want to be really toxic, you can put on disable too. I just like FMJ a lot. But I think the S36 is something that does slap, has great bullet spread, just has lackluster mobility and handling for a gun in general. But I mean, hey, pretty cool buff. We'll test it out next season. Next one on the list is the Cronen Squall. Now, I'm not gonna read this. My opinion about this gun, it's not bad. It just needs a 1x buff to the legs, because it seems like the legs is the biggest penalty for this gun. I really hope that they, you know what I'm saying, ended up giving the buff to the legs, because this gun's only redeeming like core is it shoots really slow, 90 milliseconds for per fire interval. For a slow shooting gun, that 4 shots on average is terrible. This gun operates like a slower shooting QQ9, but it can 3-shot about the same rate. To be honest, it's not that hard, but actually it would 3-shot a lot more easier than the QQ9. So once again, the legs was the biggest problem. Let's go to open it up and see what they actually tweaked about this gun. The damage profile changed, okay, from 32 to 10 meters. So let's actually just clean up this base loadout, this top loadout. If you guys on the build, by the way, here you guys go. It's the Cronen Squall, fully auto build. I hope they didn't buff the semi version, because semi version is really good. 32 to 10 meters, 25 to 33, and then 20 to 42. Okay, to 18. So now the first damage range is going to, oh no, that's the 4th damage, to 32 to 14 meters. Okay, so a +4 for the first range, 25, and then 20. Oh, they removed the last damage profile. Hey, okay, so this thing's pretty similar to the Krig 6, where it can just 5-shot infinite range. Okay, and we're gonna have 32 to 14 meters, so +4. 25 damage to 33 meters. Oh, I mean, it's the same. And then 20, 33 plus. Okay, so we just increased the first range by 4. So I think with this build, right over here, we'll probably have 17.5, 18 meters of potential 3-shot. ADS bullet spread reduced to 15 with an initial of 7. Wow, that's going to be a beam. The arm multis increased to 1.1. And the legs increased to... Oh shit, okay. Okay, yeah, wow, whoa. Do we mean the whole arm? Right, because y'all can see, number 4 is upper arm, number 5 is lower arm. Did they just give the whole arm a 1x? Or like a 1.1? Because if that's the case, this gun is literally going to be the Uzi 2.0, where all you have to do is literally just land everything that's not the legs, and it's just gonna 3-shot you that close range. I hope we just gave it, I don't know, maybe the lower arms. Hey, Cronen Squall might be like the #1 AR next season, I'm not gonna lie. That's actually a very crazy buff, I'm not gonna lie, dude. Wow. Yeah, Cronen Squall is 100% going to be a top 3 on the worst day AR. It might actually be better than the Bow next season. This is my build going into next season. We're definitely trying this. Next one on the list, we got the Fennec range profile improved from 11.5, 17, 24 to 13, 18, 24. So we got a 2 or a 1.5 and a 1 for the range, and then lower arms multi increased to 1 to 1. Wait, let's go and pull this up real quick. Get out the way. A 1x lower arms. Okay, so this part got increased from 1 to 1.05, which means that you are, how much is this? 1.05. Something like this. You're gonna do 24 damage to these, which allows you to. I think that's gonna specifically impact that second range. And the legs got increased to 1.8 to 0.9. Ooh, to the leg basically guarantees you to do 20 damage to the legs, which means you are going to 5-shot. Right now with this build, this is my build. Right here, it focuses on recoil control while having crazy range. And you're gonna do it to 16.7 right now, but because they buffed the range to 13, you're gonna be able to do a 5-shot and a potential 4-shot to 18 meters for a time to kill about 200 and something, 200 in the 210s area. I have mixed feelings. How do you guys feel about this? Fennec is definitely top 3 SMGs next season. Alright, the next one is the Krig 6. Added a new initial damage phase. 31 damage to 10 meters. And I believe you're basically going to do 31 times 1.25. I'm pretty sure it does 38 damage. That's a pretty interesting buff. Second range increased from 17 to 18, so you're gonna be able to just do 24 meters of 30 damage. This is interesting. In my opinion, task force or no task force, I think Krig 6, looks pretty nice. I'm not glad. So that's a nice buff. We'll test that next season too. Alright, next one is the FFAR. What? FFAR is not that bad of a gun. Like, here's the build, by the way. Let's go and walk to the buffs. Initial damage range increased from 6.6 to 10 meters. Ooh. Let's go ahead and just test it out real quick. Let's go ahead and clean up this build really quickly. So you're going to be able to do 10 meters. And with my build, what does this do? This is plus 50, right? Plus 50 damage range. You're going to be able to do... Is it 15 or 12.5? I don't know. We have more range, though, for that. For literally both, actually. I'm not gonna lie, that's no, it's only for the initial range. I thought that was like overall. Initial range, you're gonna be able to 4-shot people roughly 12 to 15 meters, if I'm correct. Not bad. The stomach multis increased to 1.06. Stomach multis. I'm pretty sure that's going to be, it's not 26. I think that's 25. 25 point something. That is going to just allow you to 4-shot a little bit more easier in that first range. Second range remains unchanged. Not a bad buff for the FFAR. Here is my build. Let me pull it up. But yeah, I think this gun, it's not bad. I just don't think it ever got a chance to shine. We're going to test on next season. The next one is the LAPA. Damage profile. Okay, we got a damage profile improvement. So they tweaked it. We're going 21 or 31, 28, 20, 16, 33, 29, 22, 16. Negative leg multiplier. I forgot about that with the LAPA. LAPA right now does have the ability to 3-shot, although it's really hard. The actual base damage is 33, which means, holy shit. I'm sorry, are you doing 40 damage? Or like, you're doing like 39 damage to that, so that's like this area. The upper arms, 36 damage? I mean, hey, we're all for a LAPA buff, I'm not gonna lie. So I can 3-shot a little bit more easier in that first range. I don't know, I'm not gonna lie. LAPA, hey, LAPA might be good next season. We'll check it out next season. Alright, seems like the rest are fillers, with the Arctic 50 getting a recoil reduction overall, and for the stopping power reload, we got a reduced vertical recoil penalty. So they just basically made the Arctic 50's stopping power a little bit more easier to use. We got the VTOL jet, got a Nerf. Okay. Now loses damage protection before entering the hover phase. So once it like drops the bombs and it comes back, boop, 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 and it's gone. You can basically shoot it before it even pulls up. I'm gonna be honest, when the VTOL jet came out for the first time, most broken score streak, one of at least the most broken score streaks we've seen. However, they gave it a hot fix without really telling anybody, or telling anybody, therefore making it actually possible to shoot it back, or shoot back at it, you know what I mean? I don't think the VTOL jet deserved a nerf. It's already a pretty shit score streak now. Now it's going to be a very shit score streak, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know, man. Flash drone, starting amount increased from 1.2 or 1 to 2. Okay. Inflatable decoy, same thing. EMP. So the EMP grenades detonation. Okay. That's not a bad buff. Dowser grenades. That's the one that eliminates like Molotovs, right? Radius increase and starting ammo increase. Does anybody use that? I don't think I've ever seen a Dowser grenade a day in my life. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, man. I think this is the last line. I could be wrong. Sticky grenades got a buff. Radius increased from 5 to 5.5. Okay. Minimum damage to 80? Wait, does this... I hope this doesn't impact Martyrdom. Because you know when you use Martyrdom, if you have a frag grenade equipped, you drop a frag. If you have a Semtex equipped, you drop a Semtex. Unless they change that. I'm pretty sure it still is there. I hope that doesn't tweak the Martyrdom. That perk is annoying. Drill charge. Detonation time reduced to... Whoa! Whoa! I'm sorry, what? Detonation time reduced from 1.4 to 0.7. Minimum damage increased to 80. Yo, COD Mobile, what the fuck are we doing? What? Bro, it's as soon as someone throws it at the wall, it's quite literally gonna come at you like Amazon Prime. You can't do nothing about that. Why are we doing that? I don't know. Jet boost. I think this is BR. Remove the ability to wall run. Okay, I'm not no BR enthusiast, but I feel like that was pretty cool. Any BR players, I don't know if y'all like that or don't like that. I mean, I don't know if it was broken. Kind of sucks, man. That was a pretty cool feature. Quick strike. Okay, don't know anything about that. And I think there's one more part over here. Ninja. Damn. Oh my god, they killed it. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The fact that you could like Spider-Man somebody across the map, 35 meters, is that a lot in BR? I feel like in multiplayer at least that's kind of crazy. It dropped to 15, but they adjusted it by increasing the number of charges. So I think you reserve 2/3 if you upgrade. I could be wrong, or 3 and 4. And they reduced the cooldown. So they kind of tweaked it, making it a more close range oriented, fast paced operator rather than whatever it was before. Once again, not a BR enthusiast. Let me know if you guys like that or don't like that. A whole bunch of BR stuff. I think there is one more slide. Yeah, we got one more final slide. If you guys want to see that, there you go. Honest ratings about these patch notes. Now, standalone buffs / nerfs and tweaks. This is actually one of the more impactful and crazy patch notes we've had in a while. However, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if these patch notes are going to necessarily impact the meta. I feel like rather it's just going to diversify the pool of options of weapons you can choose, which I think COD Mobile's been trying to do, specifically during the SO14. I feel like once the S14 was released, I noticed instead of really killing, because the S14 is not bad right now, it's not the best, but it's not bad. Instead of like destroying the gun, they just nerf it a little bit and buff something else. Bring in a companion. Not bad. Can we please reduce the aim assist on the Hurricane? That's my #1 request. And yeah, COD Mobile, can we buff some really old guns? You know, I feel like a lot of guns like the RUS and whatnot. There's so many OG guns. The chat will tell you guys about it. That need some recognition. But not gonna lie, not a bad amount of patch notes. I don't know if you guys are excited enough for next season of COD Mobile. I always am. But if you guys are new, make sure you guys drop a like, follow, subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought about this video, and I will see you guys in the next video.